Ashley Rice.
I'm Lowell Rice.
And welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay guys, I've not done that many Halloween themed things this year, mostly because I've been really busy, so I apologize for that. However, we do have one that I'm super excited to share with you guys because it is one of my favorite vegan chocolate companies, especially for the holidays because they just go all out. We didn't grab some of their more extravagant vegan chocolates. Mostly you saw these.
Yes, I saw these while I was at Herbivorous Butcher because they carry No Whey stuff pretty regularly, especially the seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
And I got kind of excited about this because, well, we've got two flavors. The one I'm excited about is basically a vegan Milky Way. And Milky Way is one of the candies that I've liked pretty well. For those new to the channel, I'm Omni, Ashley's vegan. So Milky Way is already one of my favorite candy bars. And I'm curious to see how this one does.
And this one is basically like, what, a Reese's Pieces?
It's a Reese's peanut butter cup, except it's sunflower butter, so it's allergy friendly.
Which is nice. Unless you're allergic to sunflowers.
Yeah.
However, No Whey Foods, I've done a few videos on them now, so I'll try and put those up in an eye throughout the video so you can go ahead and check those out. But I absolutely love this company. I like their chocolates. They do have a little bit of a different, is it like taste?
Yeah,
I think,
their milk chocolate has a slightly different taste because it's milk chocolate-like. The difference is more than just a normal brand-to-brand regular chocolate. I don't know quite how to describe it.
But the other reason that I think No Whey Foods is amazing for Halloween is because they are allergen friendly. They're free of the top 8 allergens, which I think is just so amazing, and I love when companies do that. The only thing is, like, you're not going to get obviously that much, so I would more do this if you have like a small amount of trick-or-treaters who come to your door than like trying to fill a huge bucket full of these, or have these as like some of the other like random items that are in the bucket for like some people to get.
Or if you're hosting a party where one of the kids needs the candy to be free from their allergy.
So really quickly with nutritional information for the basically Reese's Pieces, one serving size is 1 cup.
You call it a cup because
Okay.
it's a Reese's cup.
So one thing. Calories are 115, total fat is 8 grams, sodium is 38 milligrams, carbs are 15 grams, which is 5% of your daily value. Total sugar is 5 grams, all of that is added. Protein is 2 grams, and that is it.
For the No Whey Milky Way, serving size is 1 bar, 155 calories, 4 grams of total fat, 25 milligrams of sodium, 26 grams of total carbohydrates, which is 9% of your daily value, 16 grams of that is sugar, and all of that is added. It's got half a gram of protein, and nothing else.
So that one, very sugary. Kids will love it. So now we're just gonna go ahead and try them out.
All right, I want to save the Milky Way for last.
This is how big they are, at least in the packaging. And then you open it on up. And it looks a lot like a Reese's.
Yeah.
We got the little paper guy. There we go. You can very much tell it's sunflower seed like butter. It does not taste like peanut butter.
That said, it is good if you like the sunflower butter flavor. Which, from trying a lot of this stuff, especially some of the peanut allergy friendly stuff, it's not a bad taste. It's just different.
Yeah. You just have to get used to it. I think it still tastes really good. Also, I apologize for my cat. He's going nuts in the background. I promise you he's fine. He just really likes to meow. The chocolate, I just love so much. So like for me, it's just like a nice level of sweetness. But I do think the sunflower butter spread works nicely with the chocolate that they made. It's just, yeah, you have to not go into it thinking it's like a Reese's, but it's enjoyable. Very smooth chocolate.
It's very smooth. I could easily see snacking on these a little too much, which is, you know, a good sign for a candy and a bad sign for my health.
Now, if someone told you that this was a sunflower butter cup, but they didn't tell you it was vegan, what would you think? Like, would you be like, oh, this is vegan?
I might notice something was a little different about the chocolate, but I would have a hard time placing what. I think I'd probably be too distracted by the sunflower butter to notice the chocolate necessarily.
Because I'm not noticing the taste that we were talking about earlier. I'm not noticing it as much with these.
I am getting it a little bit.
You are getting it? Okay.
I have a very particular palate, though, so I think that's part of it. I was raised by foodies.
Yes, I was not.
Let's do it.
The thing you've been most excited for.
I know. I'm hoping this is phenomenal. I'm hoping I didn't get my own expectations too built up on this one.
This is what this little guy looks like. He's thick.
He's thick.
Alrighty, here we go. Very chewy in a good way.
It's almost there for me. I think the main thing that I'm trying to get over is that the caramel is not like the goopy caramel you'd expect from a Milky Way. It's firm. It's almost like gelatinous.
Yeah, I would definitely say that's the way to put it. I'll see if I can show you guys on the screen right now the inside of this. Yeah, you can definitely notice in his a little bit nicer.
It's like almost glossy. It's such a clean cut from where I bit it.
One thing I will say is I don't think it's like flavor-wise as strong as what I remember a Milky Way being.
I think you're right on that one.
Okay.
It's a mellower flavor overall, which I think No Whey Foods, compared to most bars and candies, has been a little less aggressively sweet, which might explain why you're a little more obsessed with them too.
That could be it.
It's not as punch you in the face like caramel, sugar, nougat, chocolate, all of that.
Don't get me wrong. I like a good flavor that can punch me in the face. But yeah, I'm not as big on sugars. Now that I'm eating it longer, I do find the flavor is getting a bit stronger. So I wonder if I chewed it on the side that was less what you saw in his and more what you saw in mine that was less caramel. Because that last bite that I had was way stronger than the first bite. I almost want to say, it's almost like if honey was a little bit thicker. It's not like, so we use bee-free honey and not actual honey. So that one is a little bit runnier than what I remember honey being like. But I feel like this is closer to what actual honey is like.
Yeah, I'd say so. That being said, where my fingers have melted it, it has started to get goopier. So I'm wondering if this was, I mean, these have been stored probably in like 70 room temperature. If these got just a little bit warm, they get especially goopy. So I'm wondering if at like 75, these would get real goopy.
Maybe. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not liking these as much, but it could be how sugary they are compared to the other ones. Because the other ones had a little bit of a saltiness to it, and I was liking that. This for me is really rich. So like even eating a whole bar is maybe a little bit too much for me. I'm more salty snacks person. You are more all the sweets.
I love me my sweets.
You want to finish it for me? I think it tastes good. It's just, oh man, it's just so sugary.
Oh yeah, it's a sugar bomb.
Yeah, seriously.
It's tasty. And I am noticing at the tail end and kind of at the edges that little bit of a different flavor on the chocolate that we talked about.
Yeah, I think on that one I noticed it a little bit more than I do with the sunflower. And I think it's just because this one had such a stronger flavor. Yeah, I would say both of them are still really, really good options though, but they're not exactly like, you know, the alternatives that you were hoping they'd be like. Yeah,
I think the sunflower cup, because I went in with a clear expectation of what the sunflower butter substitute is like, I think I'm happy with how that one was as a substitute. I think I set my own expectations too high for the Milky Way substitute. I'm curious what they did for their milkless caramel. Because yeah, it was just a little too gelatinous for me. I wanted it to be like a little more runny, or I don't know, maybe a little more like Cocomel.
Oh yeah, Cocomel does real good stuff.
Because if they had that style or even teamed up with them to have that caramel in it, I think that would kind of kick it up an extra little bit for me. The caramel and the nougat in this one were noticeably denser than a regular Milky Way.
100%. I do agree on that.
And so they're a little closer to the chocolate texture on the outside. And so overall, the whole thing feels much firmer, much harder than a regular Milky Way does.
But also like chewier than a Milky Way is.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's a good amount of chewy. I don't think it's bad. It's just chewier. And probably for their caramel, because I know a lot of vegans make their caramel this way, it's mostly just like sugar, vegan butter, and like you heat that up on the stove, and then you might do something different depending on the recipe. But you basically heat that up on the stove to make it into a caramely consistency. So overall, if you had to rate these as a non-vegan, what would you rate the sunflower cups?
The sunflower cups, as just a candy on its own without any substitute for anything, I'd probably give it like a 6 or a 7. As an allergy-friendly substitute, just talking about peanut allergy, not even considering the vegan part yet, I'd probably give it a good 8. Like it's a good like nut butter cup type dessert. So if that's something that you're trying to go for, it's great stuff. And it also happens to be vegan too, which is also great. And for the other one, the Milky Way, I think I got my expectations too high. I'd probably put it at about like a 5 or a 6.
Mm-hmm. For by itself or compared to a Milky Way?
You know, by itself, I might give it a 6 or a 7, but specifically trying to compare it to a Milky Way, I'd put it even lower because it's different enough that it just doesn't feel like the same thing anymore, and you're better off just going in thinking, hey, this seems like a good set of flavors.
I would definitely say I would get their sunflower cups again next year for Halloween. I'm not so sure about those personally, and that's mostly for me is the amount of sugar. It's just so dense, so sugary, so much.
I think I agree. I would get the sunflower cups again, but I don't know that I would get these again after this year.
Well, that's it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments below if you have also tried these and what you thought about them. And also let me know if you got these for Halloween as well. They actually have some amazing Halloween themed snacks that we did not pick up this year. In particular, they have these like chocolate themed chocolate lollipops. They're just so cool. I did a review on them. They're really awesome. I loved them. Very chocolatey, so like I can't do a ton of them in one sitting, but they were good and really cool for Halloween and perfect for a party, perfect for your kids, perfect for yourself. Anyways, but I hope you guys enjoyed this review that we did today. And if you are new to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe and click the little bell that is down below so you can get notified for my future content. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.